Got him!
Hello everybody and welcome. Welcome back to Knightwatch A Journey. In today's episode we're going to be working on our locomotion system a little bit more. We're going to be adding some parkour mechanics as well as new states like crouching and sprinting. And if we have time, maybe crawling and sliding, but we may have to save that for a future video. So I was watching last week's episode and I thought things were getting a little bit too teachy. What do I mean? Well, What the hell? I've come to the conclusion that the coding lessons, even with some fun music and graphics, can get a little dry. So for this week, I'm gonna stick to a format where we look at the finished product and maybe show a few interesting tidbits regarding the creation process here and there. Like, for example, if I run into a funny glitch along the way, like last week's debacle. I'll be sure to add it in and play it for laughs. This should make for shorter but more focused and concise videos. Let me know in the comments if that's a change you're happy with, or if you'd like me to include little informative bits in these videos. Anyways, let's start the episode. The time has come. Hey everybody, welcome. Okay, I guess we played that one out enough. Welcome. Thank you for returning to the series. Okay, so we're gonna start off with adding some parkour mechanics to our game. Now, I've looked at a couple different systems before finally deciding on one. I really like Assassin's Creed's parkour mechanics, but I don't plan on having a lot of super tall buildings in my game about the Middle Ages, so it might not work very well. So I'm opting for a parkour style similar to what we see in Grand Theft Auto. One where we can climb onto houses, hop fences, jump between rooftops, but nothing too crazy. So for our purposes, a system modeled after what is in GTA should work just fine. I said it should work just fine. All of it should just work. Wow, okay, really? What the hell's going on up there? Anyways, because we talked about...
All of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
Because we talked about adding in a Skyrim-like sneak system, we kind of need to be able to sneak right. And the best way to sneak is to crouch down just enough so that you're a foot shorter than you normally would be. It's true, it works. I've seen it myself.
You've seen way shrunk.
Must have been the wind.
Okay, and because we're trying to keep things short and sweet this week, I'm just going to cut to the finished product. Let's start with the parkour. Okay, that was a f***ing stretch. Seriously, the joke isn't even funny anymore, that's enough. And, okay, I can't help myself. I have to show you how the parkour system works, but I'll be fast. Look, I'll even add a timer. Here, or here, maybe here. So we have two invisible cubes stacked one on top of the other that constantly float around in front of our character. If we stand in front of an object that only makes contact with the bottom cube, it's a small object that we can quickly jump over. If it's an object that takes up both cubes, that means the obstacle's tall like a fence and we have to climb over it. And finally, if it's an object that only blocks the top cube and not the bottom, then it means there's something we can crawl or slide under, but we'll implement that later. What's the timer at? I don't know what it says, but my point is, it didn't take that long. Okay, next we wanted to add in crouching and sprinting systems. Let's get started with the crouching. I know there's a dirty joke in there somewhere.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
So, let's get that timer going again while I explain crouching, and we'll play some fitting music. I said fitting music, not f***ing music. Just check the soundboard, there's probably something...
All of this just works.
Stop playing shit if you don't know what it is. Just play a song and leave it or you'll f*** up. Alright, you know what? F*** it. He can crouch now, alright? there you go. Happy? That was fast. Speaking of fast, don't you dare. Speaking of fast, we added a sprint system. Now we can get from point A to point B much quicker. In future videos, we'll add a stamina system, but for now, I'm happy with how these systems turned out. Now, let's see everything working together. So, it all looks pretty good. I think next week, when we add crawling, sliding, and something called inverse kinematics, I'll put together a little obstacle course for our character to run through. But we'll get to that point when it comes. So, I hope you like this shorter, more concise video format. Let me know in the comments down below if you prefer this type of video, or my usual longer videos that are a little more fleshed out. Anyways, we'll see you next week when we...